Hi, and welcome to the Arts District podcast. I'm Lauren.
And I'm Georgia.
We're on episode 40.
Yay! 4 cupcakes.
12 more? No. Yeah, 52 weeks in a year.
Yeah, 12. Whoa, 12 more.
12 more. We'll have been doing this for a year, but
how many weeks is...
technically,
that's
it's
12.
like the end of July is our year
Yeah,
anniversary,
yeah.
so we'll have to go past that.
Mm-hmm.
Because we skipped a few, but
Wow.
is that crazy? 40. 40.
It's a middle-aged podcast.
Yeah. 40 podcasts. Oh my gosh. All right. So how's it going? It's Monday night. We are switching our podcast to come out now on Tuesday mornings, just so that our weekend updates are actually relevant. And I don't really have anything to talk about for next weekend.
Yeah, I meant to look up all the events that are happening, but didn't get around to that. Things that you might have seen this weekend. Lauren played in Hamilton.
Yeah, my band had their first gig, and it was awesome. Maybe you were there, maybe you weren't. If you missed it, there's a video on our Facebook page, Common Law's band, but I'll share it on our Facebook page as well, in case you want to watch it.
Yeah. Be sure to like the Facebook page. They also have Instagram.
And Twitter. Everything is at Common Law's band, so very, very easy to find.
Yeah, profesh.
Yeah. Also this past weekend was Field Trip, the music festival happening in Toronto, one of the many. I wasn't there, but I heard that it went really well and it was a great success. I don't know how many years that's been going on for now, but I think it's still fairly new.
Okay.
Yeah, Alabama Shakes were there, Arkells, many musicians.
Nice.
Yeah, so cool.
It was also the Mac and Cheese Festival in Toronto this weekend, and I heard some good things about it. Nothing too specific, but I remember back in like the winter when I first heard about this, I thought, in the summer, that seems like the wrong season for mac and cheese.
Like fall maybe.
Yeah,
it's kind of a comfort food.
Exactly, but I don't know. This weekend, I felt like I could have eaten mac and cheese.
Yeah. So is it just like different like gourmet versions?
Yeah, as far as I know, there's like all different people making all these variations on mac and cheese, and not necessarily all like straight mac and cheese. Like,
right.
I think some of them are probably like mac and cheese bites, or like, you know,
right.
different weird
Getting
kind
crafty.
of, probably like burgers with mac and cheese on them. I don't know.
A friend of mine went and posted a picture on Instagram and said that it smelled amazing. And then now I'm like craving mac and cheese.
Exactly. For like the last 72 hours, I've just been like, all I want is mac and cheese.
Also happening was Dundas West Fest. Did you go to that?
No.
It was like, I have never been, I've never even heard of it, but a bunch of people, again, that I follow went and were tagging Dundas West Fest. I think it's just a big like arts and culture festival happening on Dundas Street West.
Nice.
And it looked packed in all the pictures. It was just
yeah.
like a sea of heads. Yeah.
Same with the Mac and Cheese Fest. It was like, there was supposed to be, according to Facebook, like 50,000 people were saying they were going. So
Holy cow.
that's part of why I steered clear, because I was like, I love mac and cheese, but 50,000 people, even if
Hopefully,
half that show up, that's a lot of people.
They all had enough product.
Probably.
But if you had a booth there or whatever, you'd probably make a lot of money.
Yeah.
Which is good. But yeah, so if you were at any of those events, let us know how they were, because we didn't get out to either any of them. So
Really good at reporting.
Yeah.
Here.
but maybe next year, because I would love to go to like a food festival. I go to beer festivals all the time, and I love those, but never food festivals.
Yeah.
I love eating, so.
Food. And often how they work is like, you buy tickets, and then it's however, each item is like, this thing costs 3 tickets, or this thing costs, which is kind of a cool system.
Yeah.
Instead of having to deal with, you can just be like, okay, I got $50 worth of tickets for the weekend, and that's what I'm getting. Anyway.
I give you like good sized portions, not like meals, but tasters.
Yeah.
All right, moving along. I just have one thing that I wanted to mention this week. I wanted to talk about the new Florence The Machine album. Do you like Florence The Machine?
Yeah, I do.
You
I
do?
saw her live
You did?
a couple years ago. Down by the lake, the, I guess, is it the Molson Amphitheater? Is that what it's called?
That's the one by like exhibition.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, there.
Yeah, cool.
Yeah.
Was it good?
It was really good. She's amazing. Like, holding notes for like so long and like making you anxious for her. Like you might not survive if you hold that note any longer.
I think my sister was at that show too, and she said it was really good.
Really good.
I love it when people that are British sing with their British accent. There's so many that like you'll be listening to and you'll be like, whoa, this person's British? Like you would have no idea. But her and Ray Morris, I love the fact that they sing and you can hear their accent. Yeah. But that new album, How Big, How Blue, How Beautiful, is their third studio album. I think it's been like 3 years since they put one out last. Their last two were really big, really like great commercial successes. There was Ceremonials and I think the other one was called Lungs.
Yeah.
I think I only really know like one or two songs off of each of them, the ones that were like on the radio. I never really got into her because people would always say, oh, like you'll love Florence the Machine, and like the songs that I heard on the radio were really like normal radio pop songs, like a little too processed for me. But it's been a while since I had listened to her, and I kept hearing about her on Indie 88, which is the new radio station that I've been listening to a lot lately. And they kept talking about this new album, and they were playing two singles off of it, which were Ship to Wreck and Some of a Man. What Kind of Man? And I liked both of them. I was like, this sounds a little bit darker than other Florence. And so I think just because they were talking about it every day, it got into my head, so I bought it on iTunes. I bought the Deluxe $12.99 version, which comes with some extra demo takes and I think like a bonus song or two. Okay. And I'm really glad that I bought that version because one of the bonus songs is actually one of my favorite ones off the album. I can't remember what they're called. Let me pull it out. I've got my phone here to discuss.
I haven't heard any of this album yet.
I was going to gift it to you. That's why I asked you if you like Florence, because remember how I said I was going to start gifting or start a train of gifting? I will gift to you the new Florence the Machine album.
Thank you.
Another thing about this, and I like to talk about album artwork, the last two Florence the Machine records have had Florence on the cover wearing some sort of elaborate get-up, kind of looking to the side, very like dramatic. And this album has just like, maybe I can put it up here without
send it to me and I can.
Yeah, it's just like her staring at it. It's like black and white, not much to it. She's actually like making eye contact with the camera. And I think that really sets up the album well because even like I've been watching some interviews and she says this album is a lot more personal than her other ones. I think before she would kind of hide behind her lyrics using metaphors and you know, stories about fantasy and all this, and in these songs you can really tell there's like a personal element, some struggle. I guess she was going through a breakup, so this is a breakup album. But yeah, some of the songs that I really like on it are Delilah, classic like catchy song. The hooks in it, one of the hooks reminds me of Higher Ground by Stevie Wonder. Okay. Like, this sounds familiar, yeah.
Okay.
Some of them are really like ethereal. Mother, St. Jude, I think. Long and Lost was another one that was good. Was it Hiding that I really liked? I can't remember now, but I don't know. For the extra $2, just buy the deluxe version, and I've already listened to it probably like 10 times from beginning to end. I just put it on when I'm working, and 70 minutes goes by and it's over. But yeah, I really like it. I'm glad I bought it, and I feel like I'm a Florence fan now.
Yep.
And I would love to see her live. I think she's coming to Toronto to play a festival next month. Either this month or next month.
Yeah.
She's headlining Festival.
I think you might be right.
Yeah.
Yeah. She's coming to one of the festivals.
I know you can buy like a one-day ticket too if you just want to go see her, but I think they're like 100 and something. Yeah, day passes are expensive.
Yeah.
Maybe the day pass is only 60 something. I should have looked into that, but yeah, if you like music that, well, I don't even know how to describe her. Like, it's poppy, but it's not poppy. And a lot of the comments on the iTunes album page were like, oh, Florence, like, this isn't normal Florence. Like, she's gone all commercial, you know, what a sellout. And, like, this isn't like her other albums. It's like, well, I think she's just as commercial as she was before. Like, those two albums were big sellers. Like, she was commercial before. It's not like all of a sudden she's a sellout. Like, if anything, this is more of a natural, more of herself coming out in this album instead of trying to make a hit, you know?
Right.
So, yeah, all those people that are mad at her for doing something different can...
Haters gonna hate.
Put their money somewhere else. Yeah.
That's cool. Yeah, I'm excited. I haven't heard anything of this album, and I've really liked her stuff in the past. There were, like, summers in university when I was, like, driving around the lake to get to work, and I would definitely, like, blast Florence on my way to and from work. And it feels like summer music to me.
Yeah, it's going to be part of my summer playlist, I think.
Something that's, like, windows wide open, blaring type thing.
Then one of the singles, Ship to Wreck, is definitely that. The first couple times I heard it, I was like, whatever. But now that I, like, have it on my iPod and I, like, when it comes into the rotation, I'm like, yeah. I'm like...
I don't know. There's something about her music that, like, gets in you, almost, kind of.
That's good.
So, yeah.
Cool.
All right, so I will start talking about my story. Hopefully people are interested in this. This is really Canada arts news, but the Canada Council for the Arts, as of 2017, which is their 60th anniversary, is restructuring their funding programs for artists and arts organizations.
Cool.
Yeah, so they're going from 147 programs to 6. And that doesn't mean there's no less funding. They're actually saying that they're making this change from a position of strength, which, I don't know, that might be bullshit. It's not, but they're saying, unlike other organizations, we're not, like, in crisis and making these changes. We decided to make a change because it needs to happen. So they just said the current system is kind of outdated and it is really specific. Like, you have grants for poets in this style and grants for painters in this style type thing. And now it's just going to be these 6 broad categories. So the categories are as follows. Explore and create. They have kind of vague names, which has been some of the criticism of them, but I don't know. I think it's fine. So Explore and Create is individual grants for artists and artist groups, artwork of all kinds. So that could be poetry, it could be dance, it could be sound, it could be traditional charcoal drawing.
So a lot fits into that.
Exactly. They have Engage and Sustain, which is for arts organizations, and that's either sort of annual or multi-year grants, which is good because some large organizations, like the ROM, doesn't want to have to apply every year and not know if they're going to get funding when they are like this massive thing. They have Arts Across Canada and Arts Abroad, which are for like touring or exchanges or residency programs. They have one that is for taking classes, which is called Renewing Artistic Practice, so it funds training for artists. And then a new one that didn't exist before is Creating, Knowing, and Sharing Aboriginal Arts. So there's going to be a whole section dedicated to that, which I think is really cool. And the program officers for that section are all going to be Aboriginal people. So it's not like white people making decisions.
That makes sense. No, that's good.
Yeah, totally makes sense. Exactly. Which, like, I don't know, these big sort of bureaucratic government institutions don't always make sense like that. So that's really good. And they are expanding the peer-reviewed system. So it means that they're going to get councils together of artists and help decide, should so-and-so get a grant for such and such? These 5 experts decide type thing, which is also really good. And more application deadlines. So right now, a lot of the programs have like 2 a year, maybe 1 a year. So there's going to be like more deadlines to apply, which is good, especially for the traveling ones, because you never know like when that stuff pops up.
Yeah.
Yeah. So essentially, this comes from a need of like a lot of new art doesn't fit into the existing categories. So artists are like, well, I guess I don't apply. And I've found that like I've only briefly looked into artists grants in the past, But I think I kind of found the same thing. Like, I don't think I really fit into any of these categories. So, there's still going to be funding for everything. It just means that it's easier for the things that are weird and new to get funding as well. Yeah.
Cool.
So this is going to take place 2017, and the full outline is going to be announced in November. Yeah.
Nice.
It's kind of a big thing.
Yeah.
A lot of artists are talking about it, and yeah.
Level the playing field a little bit, hopefully.
A little bit, yeah. I mean, yeah. And someone also mentioned that in this peer-reviewed system, it'll be experts within that field. It's not like a dancer is going to be judging
Right.
a painter.
Yeah.
Did I already mention that? I don't know.
Well, sort of along the lines of the Aboriginal thing.
Mm-hmm.
Just making it relevant and applicable.
So, cool news, I think.
Yeah.
Some people, I think, like established artists who have been applying to the same grant for years are probably a little bit scared, but I think young people like me are excited to be able to fit in to these categories.
That's good.
Maybe I'll start applying to grants.
You should. I need to do that more too.
Mm-hmm.
I always hear about these people winning things, and I'm like, what? I didn't even know that was, like, open, you know?
You have to, like, make it a part of your life to be looking for these things.
Mm-hmm.
So,
yeah.
Cool. I think that is it for episode 40.
Episode 40.
4 cupcakes.
4 cupcakes.
Gonna edit that later tonight.
Yeah. Enjoy the rest of your week, and we'll see you next Tuesday.
Episode 41.
Bye.
Bye.